everybody, and welcome back to The New Nasty Boys. I'm your co-host this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you decide to listen to this thing, Billy DeVore. And sitting next to me is my co-host,
Chris Weir! What's up, Nasty Nation? Welcome back to the Fart Dunge.
We're in it. We're finally back in the Fart Dunge.
We're baking down here, and we are so close to the season. It's almost here.
I could feel it in my loins. Missed being down here last week. How was Texas?
It was pretty good. It was nice. I hung out a lot in the hotel, to be totally honest. But I did have some nice barbecue. I can honestly say it was the best barbecue I've ever had. I need to look up and see exactly where it was at.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things, as soon as you put it in your mouth, it's like, oh, I don't even need these teeth. I could put a straw in that brisket and suck it up.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It was so good. Brisket, burnt ends, pulled pork, a bunch of sides. It was terrific. Fried okra.
I love fried okra.
It was awesome. And then we had some ice cream at the very end. Soft serve. Terrific.
Oh, there you go.
I know. I loved it.
Did you put a little barbecue sauce on it?
Had to.
Yeah, it's soft serve with that barbecue shell.
And I had it out of a bull hoof. That's how they do it in Texas.
That's how they do it. That's right, baby.
This ain't Texas.
This ain't hold'em. Oh, God, now we owe Beyonce money. Yeah, it's pretty cool when you get down there. As soon as you land in Texas, they just give you your conceal and carry.
That's true. It's like through a 6-shooter. I'm like, here you are, queer.
Pew, 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 pew. And it was like, man, I love this, how big this state is.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's so great. So, yeah, hotel, barbecue. I don't think you can go wrong. I know you saw some big steers, some large food.
Oh, we did see Longhorn. It was awesome. Got to have some nice photos with them. It was terrific. Lovely folk, Longhorn.
Longhorn. Yeah. No slurs from them Longhorns, I'll tell you. They don't care about border security at all.
Move.
Move. That's it. That's all they say. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
And then we had the Second Sight Spirit show.
We did, and that was fun.
It was a real good time, even though we did have, and this happens all the time at comedy shows, you have some ruffian fencers up above you on the second floor, pitter-pattering away up there.
Yeah. Oh, that was so fun. And so I started the show and addressed it by saying, it's like, look, there's a thud that happened. I went, look, guys, I know this isn't pretty normal, but above us, you'll hear some commotion. There's an orgy going on.
Yeah.
Big old orge. And yeah, oddly enough, sponsored by Second Sight.
It was sponsored by Second Sight. It was a problem with the booking.
Your problem with booking, yeah. We had a lot going on, so they just kept sending them up gin, and they were having a good time.
Yeah. I was hearing people just yell Yahtzee every once in a while up there. Sounded like a good time. No, but the venue was really sick. Shout out to them at Second Sight Spirit. And Billy did a great job putting it on. And hopefully we can be back there again, because it really was. It felt like an old nightclub vibe. And they had a nice little projection up upon this little oval space where the logo went. It did have you walk in there people had this has purpose.
Yeah.
The way it was laid out. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, they used to build. The two guys who were there used to build sets at Disney World and Disneyland and stuff. So everything they do is very intentional. Their spirits have a story and kind of all built around Zoltar and that kind of mystique. So pretty cool. And shout out Phil, member of Nasty Nation, came out to the show. Hung out for a while.
Yeah, what's up, Phil?
Yeah, dog. Found out it's dude, we're twins. He's like, yeah, so I like the pod. I was like, sweet.
You get the back sweats too, huh?
He's like, what baseball podcast can I listen to where they talk about the National? I'm like, this is probably the only one.
Yeah.
This is it, I think. So, yeah, that was great. How was your weekend? What else did you get into?
I went to, there was a show that was going on at the Comet, Cincinnati show, where they had 4x3, this local production company, recording a bunch of people's sets. I didn't have anything going on that night, so I got to host, watch a bunch of my buddies just crush it there. It was awesome. Bombs Way did a great job. I'm just plugging everybody, dude. But no, that was super fun. Everyone did a great job there. Bombs Way did a great job putting it on. Same with 4x3. And then Sunday, I went to Indianapolis for the Sunday show at Black Circle and had a killer time. Always super fun there. It was just a great week of shows. Super fun.
Dude, that's awesome. That's a great weekend right there.
It was.
Friday, I went to the sports book. I got you covered here. I know what I did.
I'll chill out over here.
Yeah. You just go fuck off.
I'm just going to idle over in the corner.
Yeah, just completely railroad you. Friday went to the sports book, made $80.
Nice, good job.
Yeah, thank you. I bet on Texas A&M to win. They won, and then I took that money and I rolled it over to have Grand Canyon University win, beat St. Mary's, and boy howdy, they did it.
Yeah, good job.
It was plus 200. I was like, dude, I see through this.
Yeah, let that be a lesson. Always keep it rolling. Double down whenever you get an opportunity.
That's right. Let the beat build.
Split it and hit it.
And then Saturday went the FCC match. They finally won. They scored and won at home. Woo, first place. They're back to first, where they belong. And I made money off of that too, buddy.
Way to be, man. I'm so stoked for you and your gambling habit.
Me being a real degen down here. And then we're going to get into some real degeneracy to close out the pod. But yeah, man, it was a solid weekend. Then Sunday did some meal prep, and now we're here, dude.
Yeah, we are, man.
We're here, dude. And speaking of degeneracy, I think that's a nice lead in to the biggest story in baseball right now. Shohei Ohtani and Ippei Mizuhara are no longer friends. I think that's the nicest way to say that.
Yeah, nothing lost in translation there. They are not speaking.
Nothing lost in translation because he lost a translator.
True.
Yeah. Oof, God. It's an ugly story, man.
Yeah, a gigantic, ugly story. I mean, this is going to be like one of the biggest baseball stories like forever.
For like the whole not just the year, but yeah, for a long time. The MLB golden child gets caught up in some shady stuff.
Immediately starts throwing people under the bus.
Yeah, just like, nah, this guy I've been friends with forever and who's always been by my side. See that bus? You're going under it.
Get under there.
See ya, pal. Man.
And take this duffel bag filled with millions while you're at it.
It'll technically be covered in your blood money.
Yeah, I can't wait to figure out like all the different things that are going to come out from this, because this story is going to keep going on and on and on. Just figuring out all the different layers that are going to come out of this.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal, dude. And the worst part is, whenever something bad happens in baseball, your major media outlets are like, I can't wait. Let's destroy America's pastime. Which, who would have thought that the story would first come out from ESPN?
Oh, who knew?
Who would have thought? How crazy. Godly.
Anytime they're talking about baseball, it's to chop it down at the knees.
It's like, ooh, let's chop it down so we can pay less for Sunday Night Baseball in the future. Get out of here. So the whole thing, Shohei's interpreter was stealing money, allegedly, from Shohei to pay off some gambling debt when he met some shady dudes in San Diego.
Some gambling debt.
Some, about, 4.5 million. And he was taking out 500,000 at a time from Shohei's account and then wiring it over, which wire transfers are shady in general. You have to pay so many fees to like pull out your money from a wire transfer.
Yeah, you got to be in deep, like when you have to like do like that level of like mischievous activities where you're willing to pay so much more money to keep it secret.
Yeah, it's just absolutely bonkers. Then the Mizuhara had an interview with Trisha Thompson, ESPN, saying like, oh yeah, no, Shohei knew about this. Shohei totally knew. Come on, we're buds. And then Shohei's people were like, no, actually, we didn't know about this. Oh, his name's on the wire transfers. Yeah, he stole it.
I don't know why Mizuhara would come out and even like say anything at that point. That just seems to be like, oh, you're pigeonholing yourself into a story when you know the amount of money that's on the line. And when lawyers get involved, there's friendships. It doesn't matter. Nah,
you're toast, dude. And when you're talking about a unicorn and a legacy, we'll see you later, dude.
They'll do whatever they can to protect that.
Yeah. Shohei just handed him the sword and was like, you got to fall on that, dude.
Yeah, you know what you got to do.
You know the drill here. It's a custom. It's just, on top of that, like, how much do you believe that Shohei had no idea? Like,
not at all. Of course he knew.
You think it was like an of-course situation?
I think, of course, like he knew it was going on. I don't think if they're that close, that is like the biggest thing that would be going on between them is beyond like just baseball games, just betting millions of dollars. That's got to be like a camaraderie situation. That's got to be, they had to have known.
I can give you that. I was like, they got to know. And I'm just here. I'll play the other side.
Okay.
Here's the thing. So like he's Shohei's interpreter. He probably handles a lot of stuff in English, including like his bank account, seeing his bills, like day-to-day stuff. He probably could have just been like, yeah, no, yeah, 500,000. That's how much your cell phone bill is a month.
Ah, true.
Yeah. And just been like, yeah. Why do I? And then Shohei's like, why do I have to wire transfer? It's like, don't worry about it. I didn't know that a San Diego sportsbook, an illegal operation, was also Verizon.
Yeah. He's getting like heads of dead fish sent to his doorstep. Like, what's going on here? Oh, no, that's Verizon. Yeah.
Oh, damn it. You forgot to pay for your Spotify again.
That's how they do it in this country. So yeah, that's actually very feasible. I just thought they were just betting together. However, that is very plausible. Like he could very easily have orchestrated that in a way where it's just gets shuffled into all the other things he's taking care of.
Sure. Absolutely. But also at the same time, it's like, man, Shohei, like he has a fall guy and he's also like perfect. Mm-hmm. He's a generational athlete who at this time we've had zero or little to no access to in general because he was playing in Anaheim. Mm-hmm. Like, who gave a shit except for, like, looking back at me like, oh, man, this guy's incredible. Mm-hmm. Let's not dig too far because there's no real reason to. This team sucks.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden the betting scandal came out. He apparently has a wife. There's so many different things.
Yeah.
Did you know he plays baseball? What's up with that?
Yeah.
What else you hiding?
Yeah, dude. You into some weird sex stuff? Is that what it could have been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people looking at your toes and stuff? Just look at them. Look at those tootsies.
Look at him. Ooh, look at him squirm around. Dude, I see, that's the whole thing. I'm like, he has to have some kind of flaw.
Yeah, he can't be just, entirely Superman. There has to be something penetrating your fortress of solitude, okay? And I think it's the ponies. I think it's betting. Yeah. I think it's gambling. When you have that amount of money and it's just at your fingertips now, it's difficult not to gamble.
Oh, yeah.
If you have, especially just so much disposable income, yeah, I can totally see him being a gambling freak.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's why he had all of that money deferred.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I can't blow it all at the book, baby.
That could be another thing. It's like, I cannot touch that, dude. Seriously.
Can't do it. God, my allergies, my nose is going insane.
Oh, dude, I feel bad for you. Mine's starting to kick in.
Oh, it's
I got to hit my Claritin hard here.
Yeah, dude, I got to start boofing. Got to get it rolling again.
I'll help you with that after we finish recording here.
Perfect. Get the straw ready to blow it on in.
We boof Claritin. Before and after recording.
Yeah, what's the fastest way to get allergy medicine to your nose?
Mm-hmm.
Butthole.
Yeah. So I don't get the sniffles. What do you think?
Yeah, what do you mean?
It's the best way to avoid the sniffles.
Yeah, I just take what's the Zyrtec, the spray?
Okay.
Dude, get rid of the straw and you crushing it up. I just sit on it.
Yeah, treat me like a cat and blow a pill on me.
Yeah, dude, it's like a bike pump for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like a Spalding little thing in there.
I'm just trying to get to 30 PSI.
Yeah, lick the needle, slide it in.
And that's what Shohei's into.
Exactly, 100%.
100% Shohei's into that.
We've clearly been talking about Shohei's gambling problem this entire time.
Oh, over under Zyrtec in his hole. Oh, the bottom, not the top holes. Oh my God. And then he comes out and he has that statement today and is just extremely direct.
Yeah, he essentially made two statements. The first one I understood is like, okay, that's a very lawyer thing to say, deny and say very little. And then he followed it up with he's lying entirely. Yeah. And just threw him under the bus. He's like, that guy, liar.
Guy, trash, garbage human, awful.
Never seen him before in my life.
He has small hands. I don't have small hands. Yeah. And so as direct as he was, and with his new interpreter, you kind of gotta, you can only assume innocent until proven guilty. That's how it works in this country. Mm-hmm. And I stand by that. That's one of our rights as an American. So I'm going to have to buy it. I'm going to have to be like, for now, I'm like, until otherwise, there's no way that did you see those line of tweets of just like every instance where they're like, Shohei blew it here because he probably had a bet on it?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was like, dude, it's that thread of like 20 tweets where you're like, well, if I can be easily convinced. It was like, blew a 3-run lead.
The guy that led all of MLB in WAR last season, I believe, he threw all these games.
Yeah, to win a few extra bucks.
But you said, you were saying, I didn't really investigate all the bets, but it was non-baseball. related, wasn't it?
Ipe said to that reporter at ESPN that it was college basketball, like college football, professional football, NBA, definitely not baseball.
Well, if it wasn't baseball, I really couldn't care less. Like, it's fine. It's his money. He can bet. If he wants to bet, let him bet. But if it was on baseball, it'd be a much bigger story. However, all the stigma around it and the channels you got to go through, you're dealing with shady people and knowingly doing something that is a cardinal sin in baseball.
100%. And on top of that, the biggest issue is that this is to an illegal sports book. It's not like FanDuel was sending him horse heads to his house.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. It was some guy that he had met at a restaurant who was like, hey, you're Shohei's interpreter. And he's like, yeah. He's like, you like to gamble? And he's like, boy, howdy.
Yeah. You have a tracksuit. You look respectable.
You look like the family from the Royal Tenenbaums. Sign me up.
Well, let's get in a blood oath.
Shohei, Sake's on the house. Line him up. And the funny thing is, he's like, I'm just so bad at it. I just kept going. I was bad. I'm like, why don't you do a little bit of research and be better?
Yeah, how can you be that bad for so long? You have plenty of time. You're just interpreting like one guy. Like, he isn't like moonlighting, like when he's not doing Shohei, like going to like colleges around town. He's got like help, help out with like interpreting like other people. It's like, no, you got one client.
You got one. That's it. And also, he had access to some of the best analytics people in the world with the Dodgers.
Yeah, he did.
Have them build you something out.
Yeah, get them. Have them build you a template. Get an app on your phone. What you're doing is just garbage. It's embarrassing. I'd be more embarrassed for the fact that if you were genuinely trying and you're that bad at like gambling, that's unacceptable.
It's ridiculous. And deport him. Send him back.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. You get, bud. Get better. Get better at being a degenerate like some people here.
Yeah. Know your overs and your unders.
Yeah, and just stop doing spreads, okay? I don't know. He probably had like a 15-leg parlay, and he's like, well, Shohei's got $150K for me.
Cool on the parlays.
Yeah,
all right?
dude.
Reel it in.
Chill. I don't know. And overall in all of this, it is technically a federal crime since Shohei's name is on the wire transfers. Should he be placed on like the disciplinary action list and kind of have to sit it out till it's done? Or do you let him play through?
I don't know how much precedent besides like the handful of names that like do pop up, but in different situations, I think there should be some sort of process. If he was an any lesser player and it was something like this, I think for sure that player would be sitting a game or two until it kind of cools off to just show like, hey, we have a little bit of penance here we got to do, but it's different person entirely.
Right.
So I think, yeah, he probably should, but he's not going to.
He's not going to. And the simple fact is that it is a federal crime. He is attached to it. There is nothing really going through the courts right now. No one's being charged with anything. So I don't think legally MLB can do anything. I just still think it's crazy that Rob Manfred has said nothing.
Yeah, it would. If we had respect for him and if he was good at doing his job, it would seem wild that the commissioner of baseball wouldn't speak up. But him, do you think he's going to like, the season hasn't started really. I don't want to do anything.
No, I'm playing 36 today. Do you understand?
I would, but I got a back and I got
Whoa. Yeah, dude. I'm with you. He's not going to do shit. He's not going to say anything. He's like, you fucking did this. You fucking figure it out, dude.
Yeah, they just wanted to like just rest as soon as possible.
Yeah. Just be done. And Rob's like, if I say anything, I might bring more attention to where it would be, where it could be, and I don't really have anything or knowledge of this information and what's going on because I'm bad at my job. So let's just try and sweep it under the rug. But guess what? All of the news outlets are not going to allow that to happen. And the fact that he's on a mega team that spent over $1 billion, $1.1 billion in the offseason, there's no way Shohei can just hide from this forever.
No, but you do know what? This might mean Shohei is going to have the best season of his career.
Ooh.
It's going to be like the season when Kobe got caught cheating and he just started putting up fucking ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
Shohei is playing for his career right now. Because people, like, anytime he doesn't live up to expectations, like, degenerate gambler. Look at that guy. Of course, he's thinking about all these spreads he's got to hit.
Yeah, he has under 2 total bases for himself today.
Yeah, it's going to come up later, but I think Shohei's probably going to have one of the best seasons of his career.
Wow, I love that. And I love the tease, dude. Strong work, dude. That's how it's done right there. I'll take the other side. He's probably going to have the worst season he's ever had.
His newly wife he just got is going to have a divorce and everything. His dog passes away that he just got. It's just going to rain shit on Ohtani.
It's going to be like a John Wick situation. Joey's going to come home and Decoy's just laying there. He's like, no.
Oh, my God.
And then enacts revenge and all that good shit. Dude, yeah, no, I who knows what'll happen, but like, man, new division, new team, controversy flying around, can't pitch, also going to be building up to get ready to go pitch in 2025. I don't know, man. I think I might have to take the other side and be like, this is going to be one of the worst healthy seasons he's ever had.
Potentially.
We'll
see what happens.
We'll have to see what that home run line is at, and then take the under.
Yeah, probably.
And then you take the over.
Okay.
Well, of course, Cincinnati's favorite degenerate had something to say about this. Pete Rose had a video come out. He's sitting at a casino or a restaurant and a casino. Who knows? It's Pete. And he's sitting there, and this guy's like, well, I'm sitting here with the Hit King, and he's got something he wants to say about what's going on with Ohtani. And then you go over to Pete, who's like half cognizant and just a shell of a man at this point. Like, well, if it was the 70s or 80s and I had an interpreter, I would have gotten away scotch-free.
Yeah, scotch-free.
Scotch-free. Hit King. He looks awful.
Yeah, that could have been an easy dunk for him, but he just looked barely lucid.
Yeah, he's just like, he's like he just woke up, or he's getting ready to go to bed, or that's just what he looks like all the time.
It looks like his eyes are swimming in Romulad sauce. I don't know what he's eating over there, but he just looks like he's in a daze.
Complete daze, and this guy sitting next to him is just like, yeah, no, the calamari will get here, Pete. Hey, I need you to say something into my phone for my grandkids.
Yeah, the voice he's doing perfectly encapsulates like what that person looks like. He looks like a human capicola. That's what it looks like. Picture a big tube of meat talking to Pete.
Dude,
from the terrible angle. They couldn't be doing it any worse.
Dude, he looks like if Michael Chiklis let himself go. He's just full round, just all the way back, trip chin, the bad goatee. Like the goatee that goes up around and then the fold comes up and it just valleys in there.
Who's that going to be? It's like, yeah, just Shohei's going to see that. Like, you got me.
Yeah.
You're really going to take him down a peg.
Yeah, Shohei's going to show his new interpreter and he just goes, this is Ippei's fault.
They think I'm a fool at the Horseshoe Casino in Cincinnati. They're laughing at me in long johns.
Oh, I'll never be able to have good nigiri again. Dude, here's my thing, like, joke-wise, structurally, great joke. Right? Mm-hmm. We can agree, pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Solid. Pete's always been funny. My issue is that it's coming from Pete.
Yeah, it's just like, Pete, that's not the reason why you're not getting in the hall. That's mostly the excuse they're putting out there, but you know why.
Yeah, it's not because he bet on baseball. It's because he kept lying about it. Mm-hmm. He lied for years, kept lying, and then eventually he was like, all right, I bet on baseball, and read all about it in my new book. Mm-hmm. So it's like, cool, you were taking advantage of all of these people who believed you, and then you turned on them, made them buy a book, and then said, I never bet on the Reds. And then years later, it comes out in another book that you did bet on the Reds and a federal investigation.
True, and we would be leaving out a little bit if we didn't say it's also about the numbers he put up in minors, or with the minors.
With minors.
Yes.
Yeah, with minors, taking them across state lines, no big deal. So my whole thing is Pete commenting on this is still detrimental to the game.
Yeah, it's not helping the game. Of course, he's going to comment on it. You expect it to come, but it's like, Pete, that's not. Come on, Pete.
We all know that's not the reason why. And who knows? Maybe this guy found Pete's handler, paid him, and was like, I got to get him to say this. And then the handler's like, Pete, you got this? He's like, I'm a lot. And then he's like, all right, fine, here you go. Here's what you have to say.
Yeah.
That could be it. Because Pete has signed some heinous shit, Like
it seemed like an impromptu cameo. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that guy probably paid him they're like, I got $1,000 in my hand. Let's see if I can get Pete to move on it. So, like, who knows? But overall, man, like, whenever someone says and they link Pete Rose to this situation, they are two extremely different things. And you can't forgive Pete because MGM Grand and DraftKings and all these other places sponsor and say they're the official betting partner of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray area in between Pete Rose, current gambling, and the baseball, how things are kind of functioning right now. It's not all one and the same when we talk about gambling.
No, it's like if you compared an orange to Pete Rose.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's so polar. It's so just completely different. So whenever this keeps going and this keeps getting brought up, just remember Shohei had a press conference and immediately was like, this guy's lying. This guy stole from me. I didn't know what was going on. We'll see what happens the next couple months. But remember, Pete lied for years. Mm-hmm. And also, Pete overshadowed Johnny Bench's Hall of Fame weekend because that's when all that came out that Pete was betting on baseball. And everyone's like, one of the best catchers of all time is getting inducted in the Hall of Fame. But all the people were asking Johnny, like, what do you think about Pete betting on baseball? He's like, really, dude? Thanks. What a teammate.
Yeah.
Ugh. So, yeah, dude. So whenever you hear that, you see this stuff, just remember, Pete's not a good person. Mm-hmm. So let's just talk about current Reds, huh?
Sure, let's do it.
We got it. Opening day's on Thursday. I'm so excited.
We'll see you there.
We'll be out floating around in the sea of red that will be covering the banks and Moorline Lager House and other stuff we have planned. You might hear about it later. But with current Reds, and the thing that is the most scary about our situation is Matt McLain. Mm-hmm. Matty Ice flew out to LA and he got a second opinion on his shoulder. And we won't know anything until most likely Wednesday.
Yeah, and with all the waiting, that's never a good sign. It's never, we're waiting because we just think it's going to be hilarious, the information we get.
We opened up his shoulder and took a look. Full of kazoos.
A ton of kazoos, slide whistles, handkerchiefs. It was a riot.
Oh, just a, what are those blowy things? One of those just came out. I'm a doctor.
We got to cut it together on TikTok. It's going to take a minute. So we aren't expecting that. And we were talking about this beforehand with Matt McLain. And, of course, we're going to talk about TJ Friedl here in a bit. Just the amount of collective war that has been taken out of the equation to start off the season. It's no joke.
No, it's not a joke at all. 3.7 for Matt McLain, 3.8 for TJ Friedl last year. Mm-hmm. That is a lot of wins.
Yeah.
That's 7 wins, a little over 7 wins, 7.5 wins.
Yeah, and not to mention just the types of players that TJ and Matt are, just the fucking barn burner dudes, like the guys that are just gamers. Put them anywhere on the field, they're going to produce. Like that was the type of mentality and composition that the Reds had last year. They seemed to be the be that entire embodiment of that.
You're up the gut, dude. It all starts with just catcher, second base, shortstop, center field. Mm. Your everyday dudes. And you have lost your second baseman. Mm. You've lost your center fielder. And Tyler Stevenson, I think he's going to have a much better year than he did last year. So that's good. But when you lose 2/3, you lose half of that.
Yeah, and TJ was leading off a lot of games. Matt McLain was always in the top 3 of the lineup. So you got so familiar with seeing those guys produce, be on base, and just be everywhere in the field, seemingly just making tons of great defensive plays. So it's a shaky feeling to be entering the season, where it was a real carpet sweep feeling that we just got like those guys taken away, from watching, and also too for them getting to go out there and play and put together a full season.
Yeah, I mean that's what we were hyped on this whole year. Mm-hmm. They're like, those dudes are cornerstones. They're the dudes you build around. They were your consistent guys, and then now this. I mean, it sounds like it's changed your outlook for the whole season. Like it has for me. Has it for you?
It's absolutely changed it. Now, we'll see. It's also in that murky area of we don't know. We'll find out here in a little bit the extent of how bad the news potentially will be. So, yeah, we're going to know a bit more, but a lot of this is just the looming feeling of I'm not entirely sure, but it's not good. It has affected the number that I gave them as far as their total win, but I still feel a lot better right now than I did last year. However, it is still just that big carpet sweep sensation we're dealing with. It
sucks. It totally sucks. But to kind of give us a little bit of an indicator on where Matt could be, the Reds went out and traded for Santiago Espinal from the Toronto Blue Jays, a guy who in 2022 was an all-star. Mm-hmm. He had an OPS plus of 110. Last year he had one around, he was floating around the 90s, high 90s. So he's a league average dude. But that provides the depth that they quickly thought that they had that they needed to add to.
Yeah, I mean, who'd think we'd be talking about needing to add depth to the middle of the infield right before the season starts?
I didn't. Dude, we were just like, man, who's playing third? Like, it's just all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, we were like, all right, we're out McLain, we're out Noel V.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Those were going to be some dudes.
And we were talking about when they signed Candelario, we're just like, I'm not sure if that's necessary. And also talking about the future of India. Now it's just like, thank God we held on to Jonathan India and Candelario.
Yeah. The other shoe never dropped with him. He didn't get moved. This is probably why they might have known something. But what really blows, and I hate saying it, India has to stay healthy this year for this team to exceed expectations. And he hasn't done that in the past 2 seasons.
No, and you're really hoping like some of these guys are just using this as an opportunity for Jonathan India to step up and be the captain of the team, be the leader, and see these other guys like Stevenson be also the leader of the infield. Be a guy that we can rely on, people to plug the gaps. Will Benson, he's poised to hopefully have like another just breakout season. So there's a lot of opportunities for these guys that are still extremely young and talented to produce in the areas that we weren't going to be starting off with.
Yep, absolutely. And then what really sucks is there's still one extra roster spot floating around, and it's most likely going to be Bubba Thompson. But like, this is.
It doesn't sound right to you. Well, I mean, it's still an option. You never know. The Reds could pull a fast one and go purchase somebody, right?
They could. There's still time. There's not a lot of people floating around there in free agency, and you don't really want to pull the trigger on trading for somebody, considering you're getting Novi back at the deadline. So I don't know, man. There is they could do something, but why would you trade some of your youth? Why would you cover up a giant gash with a Band-Aid?
True.
It wouldn't. You just have to deal with it and float and try and stay above water until you get to the trade deadline, and then you have to assess where you're at. So This first month and getting off to a hot start while missing these pieces is extremely important with a division that is wide open.
Yeah, extremely wide open. And we were talking about previously about how you really want to start off hot, not only to where you're not playing behind the 8 ball, but also just looking ahead in the Red schedule. It's not going to get any easier after the first month.
No, and May's a bitch. You've got a West Coast road trip. You play the entire NL West, and then they come back and play here. Mm-hmm. Ugh.
So historically, the West Coast, not the friendliest of places to the Reds.
Never.
And so, we're just trying to read the tea leaves here, and you're just hoping for the best, obviously for any injury. But TJ Friedl supposedly is doing relatively well, recovering, and then we're going to hear more from Matt McLain, and there's a few other guys. Hopefully Lodolo will bounce back and be healthy.
Yeah.
So I still feel much better right now than what I did a year ago.
I do too. We still don't have Luis Cease in the rotation or Luke Weaver. Mm-hmm. So we do feel better there. Charlie Goldsmith tweeted out, David Bell said the timeline for TJ Friedl is 6 to 8 weeks, and it may be closer to 6. Quicker than we thought, Bell said. Friedl is even able to move the wrist around a bit.
That's good.
So that's a positive update, but doesn't help when you're going up when the season starts on Thursday. With the season starting on Thursday, we know our starting rotation.
We do.
We finally know it for the first 5 games. Frankie Montas, Hunter Green, Nick Martinez, Andrew Abbott, Graham Ashcraft. Any surprises here?
Well, with the injuries, no. Well, besides Frankie Montas, but the way we talked about it, just saying give Hunter Green some time to just relax. He came in a little hot last year, and Frankie, I think the last start he had looked really good in spring training. He's a veteran. 162 games, no reason to put a ton of pressure on the first one.
Yeah, and Frankie was like, when I got named, I just knew that Hunter was going to use that as motivation.
Yeah.
He's a far more talented pitcher than I am, but right now I'm getting the start. It's like, cool. Have some internal competition.
Love it.
Get your Tukas on fire. Hunter's going to have a great year. I have no doubt that he's going to be better than he was last year. Mm-hmm. But this is the fire they needed. This was the veteran leadership they needed. And that's why they got Frankie.
I dig it.
Big fan of that. Nick Lodolo, who is scheduled to be activated on April 10th, will pitch in a minor league spring training game next Tuesday. Then he'll make 2 AAA rehab starts before his return date. According to Charlie Goldsmith, guy's just on it right now with the quick news. April 10th, I mean, you kind of look at it and you wonder who's going to get shuffled around in this situation.
Not entirely sure. We still have Williamson. It's going to be kind of like floating around. Hopefully, I'm not sure when he's coming back, but we have Lodolo making a few starts, rehab start. So you figure around May, the start of May?
Oh, no. April 10th.
How many starts do you think you'd have to make? Like 3 starts
so he's
before?
He's going to be activated from the IL.
Okay.
So he'll make the return to. Oh, well, yeah, you're right. That might be late April.
I was tempering myself there because I was thinking if that was like a bench, say May 1st, he comes back.
Yeah.
That gives him essentially 20 days from being off the IL to recuperate. I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility. I think it could be quicker, but 3 starts and a little bit more time, hopefully before May.
And then you get to see where you're at with those 5 dudes. I know, we know for a fact Frankie's not leaving the rotation. Hunter's not going to leave the rotation. Ashcraft isn't leaving the rotation. Nick Martinez, swing guy. Mm-hmm. And if Abbott if his arm isn't falling off, and he's recovered fully from, just getting shelled at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And he's throwing darts like he was when he came up for his first 10 starts. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man.
I think they'll be able to figure out some ways to finagle this, give some arms a little bit of a rest, and hopefully Nick Lodolo keeps progressing. And the way they were talking about when he was feeling healthy, they said he had the nastiest stuff that they've ever seen of him. So hopefully this is all just, again, precautionary, and then we'll see him in the lineup before the start of May.
Absolutely. I sure hope so, because we're going to need it. Going into May is going to be just rough.
Right.
Sam Maul is no longer injured. But he's going to start the season on the IL. That way he can ramp up. I bring all of these injuries up, and we just keep harping on it. Sam Mole's hurt. Alex Young is hurt, another lefty. You look at your relievers, and you look at this rotation going in. You got TJ Antone, Fernando Cruz, Alexis Diaz, Buck Farmer, Emilio Pagan, Lucas Sims, Brent Suter, Justin Wilson. Mm-hmm. That is a better bullpen than last year.
It was, and more left-handed arms, too.
A lot more lefties. You love to see that.
Yeah.
And then you'll have Sam Mull, who you can swap out for, like a Fernando Cruz or a TJ Antone, whoever isn't hot. And then you can constantly just keep rotate in whoever in one of those spots. Do you feel better about the starters and the relievers?
If I can isolate all that, yeah, absolutely, I do feel better. I feel 1,000 times better if we're comparing now to last year with pitching especially.
Yeah, and it was already a bullpen that inherited the most runners on base, but then also finished top 5 in stranding runners. Mm-hmm. So if you can get somebody to go a couple more innings, and I think we're going to have that.
I think so, with the addition of another starter or two just in a rotation.
Yeah.
As well as actually having pitchers that will be going deeper into games than what we had last year. So, yeah, that's what we saw. We had a great bullpen. It's just they took on too much as far as innings went. And hopefully we'll have a remedy here by having some more arms and better, healthier guys as well.
Agreed. It's all so scary because here's where it gets interesting. Again, we don't have that 26th spot. So let's just say your outfielders listed are Will Benson, Stuart Fairchild, Jake Fraley, Nick Martini, and then Bubba Thompson.
Okay.
That doesn't sound defensively great.
No, and are we including Steer as like a...
Steers he's listed here as an infielder, but we know he's going to be playing left and rotating around. Again...
Defensively, I don't mind Fairchild being out there. Of course, I'd much rather have like a different bat, but he's been having a great spring, or he had a great spring.
He did.
And then I think he's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to, no throwing shade at him. He is a great athlete. He just didn't seem to have a place last year. And Benson, he's going to have a great season. Hopefully, hopefully he keeps getting better. So I would love to, of course, have TJ out in that mix. But it's not a bad defensive outfield.
No, it's not at all. Will Benson was negative in D-WAR, or defensive run saved last season, but another year out there and another year to figure out right or center. If they can stay afloat in April,
yeah,
and you patch it all together, or maybe someone's struggling, like Nick Martini is struggling, or Stewart, and you send them down and call up Herta Bees.
Okay,
someone that's that close to being ready, and that they kind of anticipate if something goes wrong injury wise or performance wise, you swap and just let it roll.
That'd be great for AAA too, just knowing like there's this boiling situation happening and like the guys, are going to need us here. So everyone needs to be ready and make sure, even if you might not be a dude who's going to get called up, make sure, you're playing well to have the other guys, a good, competitive game.
Yeah, and talking about this and digging in a little bit, it doesn't. It's not that I'm not excited and I'm not optimistic. I want to say that I'm just not as excited from when I started to where we are now. But I'm still excited, and I still think this ball club is better long-term than it was last year.
I am right there with you. My excitement level now, from where it was at 2 weeks ago, worlds different.
Yeah.
I was feeling so confident, just the fact that having like all these guys, we're going to go out there, put a full campaign together, really showcase. I was thinking about all these guys are really going to be on the precipice of having like these banger, a season, and then all of a sudden, bam, boom, boom,
it's fucked.
Yeah. So, but that aside, these guys, I feel confident to come back sometime during the season and be able to contribute. And we got plenty of other good, talented athletes that can weather the storm. And hey, it's 162, and other teams are going to deal with injuries as well.
Yep. And guess what, dude? It'll be just like making mini trades throughout the year. Just like, hey, Friedl's back. Oh my God, we improved it. We improved in center field from what we already had, and hopefully those guys stay afloat. But it just elevates. And they're all young, man. Like, don't bounce back, dude.
Don't worry about it. Ain't no thing. Come on.
Dude.
All right, bro.
We're young.
Yeah, we're good.
I feel good. And I say this. FanDuel, who does not sponsor this podcast, FanDuel has the Reds at 81.5 wins, winning the exact amount of games last year. Are you taking the over or under for the season total?
Over.
Oh, buddy. Me too. Give me an exact number.
Okay. It is affected now with the recent injuries. However, I was thinking about it. I am going on the Reds, pulling in 89 wins and taking the Central.
Ooh, I like that.
How about you, brother?
I like that. I've got the Reds at 86 wins, and I have them taking the Central. Yeah, come on. You got to feel good. The Cubs basically just brought back Bellinger. Okay, and they had an epic collapse towards the end of the year, and they were only better than us by 1 game. Mm-hmm. So you bring back most of the same cast of characters, don't address the back end or the middle part of your bullpen, and you sign Iwamata, who knows what will happen there? We saw what happened with Yamamoto in his first start in Korea. Lit up like a Christmas tree.
Not good.
Not good. So we'll see how his game translates. That starting staff, though, I do like Hendricks and Justin Steele, also a beast.
Yeah, it's still a good competitive team, but we leveled up.
You guys kind of leveled up. The Brewers got so much worse.
Yeah, fortunately.
They lost their mastermind with Craig Counsell. Sure, there's some young guys that could come up and perform. We saw this last year with this team, and they didn't reach the promised land. And who knows with the Brewers? And you lost Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff. And Devin Williams is going to be out for 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, so that's not a team that we should be concerned with.
I mean, there's still the Brewers, and there's still some type of some Bernie witchcraft going on in that chalet.
For sure.
They're still going to be competitive. Mm-hmm. And I really love the Gary Sanchez signing. He going to catcher U and fixing some stuff.
Sure.
I really love that signing for them. But Pirates are going to be an interesting squad. I think they win 77 games. I think that they have enough talent. And O'Neal Cruz, if he continues to have the spring that he did and bounces back and crushes this year, and Key Brian Hayes takes that next step, dude, we're talking about a much more competitive Pittsburgh team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they made some fun veteran moves that help them stabilize. And then if stuff goes sour, they can trade him at the deadline again. So nothing that makes me quiver. And the Cardinals are a retirement home.
Yeah, they are.
Get out of here. Sonny Gray's already going to start on the IL. I'm like, interesting.
They don't have benches anymore. They just have rocking chairs in their dugout.
Oh, I remember when this was all cornfields.
I remember when the bases used to be teeny tiny.
It's like, Lance Lynn, you pitched at this ballpark before.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, bro.
Come on, calm down. So I don't buy it. I think the Cardinals, there's a chance they could finish in last place because there's a lot of big ifs and people think that they're going to bounce back. I'm like, what makes you think that they're better by getting older?
Yeah, and they're not good losers. So if they do start to have a losing season, it's going to be an epic losing season.
Whatever their over-under is, I'm taking the under.
Yeah, were you eating fried ravioli there? St. Louis, come on.
Come on, fried ravioli. I'm getting some, what is that? Izzo's Pizza?
Eno's?
Izzo's? I'm getting that weird cheddar pizza.
Cheddar pizza?
It's weird. It's like a weird...
I'll get it with you.
Yeah, we'll get it when we get. We'll go to St. Louis. We'll go get it. So, that's what we think about the Reds. Now it's time for us to make our bold and way too early season predictions.
This is where if we had a sponsor, it'd be like, bold, cheddar flavor, A1 sauce, Montgomery Inn,
Giant Mountain Dew,
prescription pills, couch pills.
Oh my God, I'll find it after this.
Okay,
but here we go. Here's who we got. Well, you know what? I'll start it off.
All right.
I'll start it off here. Here's who I've got winning the NL East. I got the Phillies, and all these odds brought to you by FanDuel.
Okay.
Even though they're not paying us, plus 280. NL West, Dodgers, minus 600, which is insane.
They also are setting these odds here. The Dodgers.
Oh, dude.
They own FanGraphs. They own all the FanDuel people. They own everything.
Dude, Ippei's in there right now, like, minus 800.
They're just typing it. Ohtani's typing this.
Yeah. Make sure it's back to your IP address, Ippei.
Yeah.
This is your Slack channel.
He's like, man, I don't even speak English. This is so difficult for me. Why do I got to type it?
So hard. Oh, the crazy thing with Ippei is they were like, yeah, we found no records of him going to UC Riverside. Like, he didn't actually graduate college.
That's
wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. NL Central, your Cincinnati Reds at plus 400. Talk about a value bet.
Okay.
And then your NL wild cards, I've got Diamondbacks plus 125, Braves minus 3,500, and Padres plus 130. I like what the Padres did bringing in Dylan Cease. They still have Fernando Tatis Jr. They still have Manny Machado. They still have Xander Bogaerts. They still have Ha-Sung Kim. And then they went out. They might have lost Josh Hader, but then they went to Korea and they were like, you get in here, including my favorite new player in baseball, Woo Suk Go. So, and who wins the NL? I got the Phillies at plus 800. And the NL Cy Young, Freddie Peralta, plus 2,000. Why go against Jolly Olive? The guy's called it the past 3 years. And my NL MVP, Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 1,000. Guys on a revenge tour.
Dear Lord.
So, who you got in the NL?
Okay, we're very similar here, at least for the NL. NL, I do have the Phillies.
You win in the East?
Yeah, in the East.
There you go.
No, I have the Phillies winning the Central. Very weird. Very bizarre.
Mid-season transaction.
Yeah, totally crazy. I got the Phillies taking the East. I got the Redlegs taking the Central. I do have the Dodgers winning the West. I put the Diamondbacks advancing for the wild card just because I thought they did such a great job last year, and they could be a sleeper team. They seem to be a team that can get started early and just accumulate a bunch of wins, and they're a dangerous team in the playoffs.
And they added Eugenio Suarez at third, who can hit bombs.
Yeah.
And Eduardo Rodriguez, who helps stabilize that rotation and gives them a third starter that's going to be consistent.
Mm-hmm. And I have winning the NL, your Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah!
It's going to happen, baby. Come on. Tell me it's not. Tell me right now it's not going to happen.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, you better not. You come in my fart dungeon and tell me. My Redlegs aren't going to win the NL.
I love it.
Cy Young, I have Hunter Green. Come on, I'm going to be.
I love this.
And then NL MVP, Shohei Ohtani.
Oh!
Because he's going to put up the best season of his career. He's fighting for his life, folks. He's up against the ropes. He's got to bob and weave here. He's got to have really high, some high numbers here.
I love it. I'm all for it, dude. I don't hate it. And then, who wins the AL East? We've got the Baltimore Orioles at plus 200. They traded for Corbin Burns. Jackson Holloway's coming up at some time. Mm-hmm. They're so loaded that they have the best prospect down right now. They're
just simmering.
You got to wait.
Yeah.
Once you come up, dude, you're going to be like, pop.
Yeah.
Bam, he's going to have a great start when he comes up. In the AL Central, I have the Detroit Tigers. In a division where the Twins lost more than they gained, the Tigers went out and made some moves to bring in some guys who can eat some innings. Maybe Flaherty has a comeback. Kenta Maeda can eat some innings for you. And they've got a lot of young guys that can come up and really take that next step. Spencer Torkelson had a better year last year. Screwball is a guy who people think could win the AL Cy Young. I mean, Riley Green and some dudes. So I wouldn't put it past him. That's you know what? O's plus 200, Tigers plus 380. And then the AL West, until otherwise noticed, it's the Astros division to win every year. They're pros. They know what they're doing, minus 115. My AL wild card, Mariners minus 170, Rays minus 105, and your Texas Rangers minus 180. And who wins the AL? Texas Rangers.
Oh,
plus 650. Baby. They got Boch, dude. And not only they got Boch, they got Tyler Mahle, Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer coming back for the second half of the season for the push. They don't care about winning the division because they already went to the big dance and won the whole goddarn thing.
Yeah.
So you're telling me with those additions coming in and then them freewheeling and going out and signing, and who knows, they might bring back Jordan Montgomery.
They could,
but keep on building. And Wyatt Langford making the team, so you got Evan Carter and Wyatt Langford out there. Young and veteran leadership, great mix with Boch at the helm. They got it. My AL Cy Young, Luis Castillo at plus 850. The big dog's finally, La Piedra's finally going to do it. He's going to go into the Pacific Northwest. He's going to go fight Sasquatch and wrestle out a Cy Young from his claws.
Big dog going to eat.
And then your World Series champion, the Philadelphia Phillies at plus 1,500.
There you go.
What we got, pal?
Did you give us
I did not give you an AL MVP.
Who do you think? Shotgun it here.
Okay, shotgun. AL MVP. Your AL MVP is going to be Juan Soto. He's going to play out of his mind in a contract year. Short portion left at Yankee Stadium. I don't have the Yankees making the playoffs because I don't trust their starting pitching depth. And when's Garrett Cole coming back? Who knows? So, your best bet here for AL MVP is Juan Soto.
I like that. I also do not have the Yankees anywhere in this.
Good for you.
Okay, AL East. I also have the O's doing it. They're such a dynamic team, and they're just going to keep getting better. It's going to be their division to lose for a while.
Love it.
AL Central. I got the Twins taking it home again. I think it's going to be competitive, but I think they're going to take it. AL West. Rangers taking that.
Ooh, love it.
And then my AL wild card, I have the Astros. They're always going to be a dangerous team for the foreseeable future. And then what do I have here for my AL Cy Young?
Oh, you got 2 more wild card spots.
Oh, I got 2 more wild card spots?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. No worries, pal.
Let's go with the I'll go with the Mariners.
I like it.
And then...
See, I had a tough time choosing between the Rays and the Blue Jays.
You know, I'll say Blue Jays. It's because Votto. That'll give me a team to watch.
There you go.
I'll throw the Blue Jays in that mix.
I like that.
He likes it.
I like that.
Okay, then I'll jump to the AL Cy Young. I got Luis Castillo doing it too.
Hey!
I want to see him bringing home some nice metal, some nice some hardware.
I like it.
Yeah, and then AL MVP, I got Jose Altuve. I think he's going to have a good season.
That little
I know, but I feel it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, he just signed that long extension. No Dusty. Got it. Every year, the Astros have to reprove themselves. And who do you have winning the AL?
Astros.
You have the Astros. Who's your World Series champion?
The Redlands!
Yay!
Come on, it's happening. Tell me it's not going to happen.
It's gonna
Tell me it's not going to happen in my house. Come on.
I don't hate it. I love it, dude. Bring it all the way in.
I'm betting for fun. I just think that would be a really fun. Obviously, the Reds going all the way would be super fun.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of these teams, this is going to be a really exciting season. There's a lot of fun storylines.
There's a ton. Now, I didn't put this in here. I just thought of it. What is a successful season for the Reds in your mind, realistically?
Realistically, it would be going into the playoffs.
Going to the playoffs? Okay.
I think if they made that, that is them leveling up, showing that they can play past the regular season, and then the season after this would be winning, the first round.
Winning the first round, win your division.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm exactly with you on that. I think getting there after not being there since technically 2020, but we can throw that out.
Right.
You need to give the fans some hope. You have a lot of young energy. You've got a lot of optimism. You got to start punching tickets and getting places.
Exactly.
And this is it. Once this happens, do you know how fast this city will forget the sell the team chants?
Dude, totally. Did you see how many people were filling the stands like when the Reds were playing hot? It was crazy.
It was awesome. The month of June was awesome. So I'm just saying you can have a tonal national shift on how people think of the Reds outside of, like your normal media folk and everything, like your regular roundabouts that you see. Get some real momentum. Get it going. You've got pressure from your neighbors over to the west. You need to cash in, and you got to show that you're just as good of a show as those people down over there. So I'm with you.
Yeah, man. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a real fun season. Injuries be damned. This is a tenacious team. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. So now, let's round third and head for home. Oh, wait. No, we're not. We're not doing that. Okay. They released the new food.
Okay, lay it on me, Bill.
Okay, they released the new food. I sent it to you. I got to pull it up. Dude, I am so horned for all of these options. And look, I am mad at myself that I didn't think about it until we were almost done.
Yeah?
But dude, some of the options they have highlighted, boy, yo, 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 yo.
Oh, I bet. Ooh.
You ready?
Okay.
Okay, guys.
You're sour creaming over here, man.
It's more of a crema, if you will.
Okay.
Hempler's jalapeno cheddar sausage. Okay?
Love it.
It's a grilled jalapeno cheddar sausage, baseball kraut mustard served on a J&J toasted pretzel bun.
Love it.
Food bar section 109. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm in for that. Look, Hempler's all beef hot dog. Sia Khan's. Mm-hmm. They're the new dog in town.
Yeah, baby.
Woof woof, yum yum. Have I heard of Hemplers? No, I haven't. But guess what? They're there. Dude, big red dog. I'm so hyped on. This is probably the best item that they're off. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough
Big
call.
red doggy. Pedro, baby.
Big red dog. Big red smoky grilled, wrapped in bacon, topped with pimento cheese and signature sauce, which I'm excited to find out what it is, served on a toasted pretzel bun.
Okay, I dig that. I'm not a huge pimento cheese fan, but if it's used sparingly and the right stuff, I can dig it.
Yeah, especially on a hot dog wrapped in bacon.
Yeah, and a pretzel bun, come on.
Dude, clog my left aorta.
Yeah.
Brat her up. Grilled and skewered Glier's bratwurst topped with American cheese, bacon, and signature sauce. I gotta know what the signature sauce is.
I feel like when you're reading this stuff, we're going to have to blur out your eyes. Like you're enjoying this on such a level that it's making me uncomfortable.
I'm on onlyfoods.com.
I'm putting up my firewall. I don't
This
is getting a little too hot.
Yeah, you gotta use your Norton over there. Okay. Smoker nachos. Poof. Nacho chips topped with Montgomery and pulled pork or chicken, pickled jalapenos, onions, cucumbers, and a jalapeno crema sauce. See how I led with it?
Woo! I love that. That's real good.
When I saw these words all together, I welled up. I was getting ready to cry.
They did it.
They did it, guys. Brisket and cheese hoagie. They have a hoagie coming to Great American Ballpark.
Pull the flag. And the banner comes down.
We fucking did it.
We did it.
We did
Mission
it, guys.
accomplished.
Dude, Montgomery and smoked brisket topped with peppers, onions, banana peppers, queso cheese, barbecue sauce, served on a potato sub roll. That's a hoagie. Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Yo.
Oh.
Did you release,
Wow.
You released your crema?
Yeah, a little crema came out there.
That's going to be at the Montgomery and Smokehouse. Now, this is some heinous stuff. Okay? It's heinous. Brisket mac dog. Grilled brisket sausage topped with mac and cheese and Montgomery and barbecue sauce served on a toasted pretzel bun.
For when you don't give a fuck.
For when you want to clog the other side of your heart. Get the brisket mac dog.
This is the extra innings hors d'oeuvres.
They also have new burger option at the 50 West spot. Other little things that are going to pop up. But, dude, what they're featuring and what they're telling me, dude, how am I going to watch this game on Thursday when I got to go get a hoagie and a hot dog covered in pimento cheese?
Dude, you're going to be in line constantly. You're just going to go from one spot to the next, and I'll be right there with you, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to go straight for the food bar to go get the pretzel dog with the pimento cheese, eat it, bathroom, come out, go get the hoagie.
I'll get us an Uber to the Christian or the fucking UC to the hospital.
Yeah, to the hospital. I go leave that, eat, go to the bathroom, come back out. Oh my God, it's the 7th inning. I'm hungry. I gotta go get something else. Mm-hmm. Top it off with some soft serve covered in Skyline.
Oh my God, your blood is going to curdle before the 7th inning stretch.
Dude, I'm gonna have meat sweats. I mean, what's new, but like double meat sweats.
Double meat sweats.
Billy, why aren't you wearing a jacket? It's 55 degrees. Meat sweats.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Oh, you are glistening.
You are. You truly are. Wow, it's so nice.
Mind if I rub this brioche on you?
Oh, here we go. Check this out, dude.
Oh, we got some photos, folks.
Here we go. Bases loaded. Ready for this one? From 50 West. It is the nacho cheese dip burger.
Oh, that's what I was checking. They had like a little wafer.
That's cheese. And then it's got a chip in there. And then it's got nacho cheese on it.
Okay. You're not going wrong with that.
Buddy, you know what? I can walk to the ballpark. You know that? I do walk when it's nice enough out. Now it's guaranteed that I have to walk there because I'm just going to eat all the good work I just did.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something to counteract that. That's a devil right there. All that food. I love it.
Dude, I'm so hyped.
Yeah, I can tell.
God. All right, let's round third and head for home, shall we?
Sure.
Lead us off.
Well, in addition to it being opening day on the 28th, I'll be at the ballpark. And then after that, I'll be going down to Motor Pub for Motormouth. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be super festive there. I can't wait. And then the 29th and 30th.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday. Billy and I are going to be at Wiley's Comedy Club. So Dayton, Ohio fans, please come on out, pack the place. I can't wait. It was super fun the last time we were there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a blast.
I will. What about you, bud?
Okay. Got to get ready for this. This is super important. Opening day, 11 a.m. I need you to meet me at Taglio. And here is why. Queen Coney Pizza is a collaboration between Taglio and Camp Washington Chili. Listen to me. It is a Detroit-style crust. Then they are going to put mozz on there. Then they're going to put chili on there. And then they're going to put hot dogs through their meat slicer, super thin, so they crisp it and cup up. Go into the oven. Pull it out of the oven. Cheddar cheese, onions, mustard, oyster crackers. Come and get it. Okay, it's going to be so good. I cannot understate how good this pizza is. You can also get a limited edition shirt there. It's really cool. 11 a.m. There's going to be a line out the door the size of the parade that's going on for this pizza. Come get this pizza.
And the shirt he's talking about, too, by the way, is just a shirt that he's wearing.
Yeah, it's just a shirt. It's just shirt covered in chili that I've worn in games past. I'm just handing them out. Who needs an XL? I grew out of this one.
It's my shirt bib. You can have it.
You can have it.
But I get the crackers that are on it. Those are mine. I worked hard for those.
Oh, hold on. There's a little bit of hot sauce. Yeah. And then we'll have hot sauce there for you to put on the pizza as well. Come and get it.
That does sound pretty rad.
It's pretty rad. So that's what we're doing 11 a.m. Then we'll be down at the banks with our friends from Reds Daily. Just, shooting some content. Dude, Mason is chugging. I'm not kidding. He got a beer bat.
Okay.
He's chugging chili out of it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I knew you would like this guy. So he's chugging her up.
What are we doing, Skyline?
Oh, yeah.
All pulp.
Old Pope.
Pulp or no pulp?
Or I'll see if Camp Washington will give me a tub and I'll be just dumping it.
Ooh, there you go.
There it is. Sneaking our own chili.
Oh, do a beer bong of some chili. Oh, dude, I used to be able to bong some beers, bro.
Oh, me too, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, we were so sick. We were so sick. Yeah. Okay, here's a question for you. You're allowed to bring food into the ballpark. You know that.
Yeah.
So let's say I've got a cap for mine.
Okay.
You fill it up with chili. Is that technically food that you're bringing in, or is that a beverage? And it's sealed.
I think it depends if there's a straw. So we can conduct a test. All right, we'll have like a control. You'll go in first. One of us will. We'll have one with the lid on it and say, this is food. And they'll be like, yes or no. And one of us will do the same thing. Straw. This is a liquid drink.
See?
Either way, they'll say, get out of here. You are way too hammered.
Now you need to go get the hoagie.
Also, this is First Bank Arena. We keep telling you.
I'm here for ELO. That's not till September. Get out of here. So, yeah, I'll be with Chris at Wiley's. Come to that, too, if you live in the Dirty D. Your team got bounced in the first round. You don't need to watch March Madness anymore. Come see us. Do our ha-has and hee-hees. It'll be super fun. So, thank you to In the Clutch, intheclutch.com. Double hat, looking good. You kind of look like that nacho dip burger.
I did. Settle down, Bill.
So
Take it easy.
So horngry for it. Okay. Thank you to In the Clutch. 10% off. Nasty Boys, all caps. Got awesome shirts that say opening day with different cities for that parodies a certain album from a band that is a color and also a day of the week. Great. You got it. Check that out. A bunch of red stuff just dropped on there too. 10% off. Nasty Boys, all caps. And thanks to Sports Drink for hosting the audio of this podcast. We appreciate it. If you're in New Orleans, go to the coffee shop. Awesome. And thank you for having me in the fart dunge and doing this every week.
Absolutely, man.
Getting ready for opening day.
I know. It's upon us, man.
It's finally
so stoked.
here. It's finally here.
It is.
We get to talk about games that happen.
I know. It's as much as we love speculating, we get to talk about here and the now.
God, I love speculating, though.
It is.
Yeah, I love to speculate. Mm-hmm. We didn't get to do that at the top, so
True.
We'll still get to speculate about Shohei the whole time.
Oh, yeah. That'll keep going on.
It'll be great. And thank you for watching and or listening. And as always, go Red Legs.
Go Red Legs.
God, I'm so hungry for that burger.
I know you are.
God.
Creeping me out, bro.